maybe let's talk about this a little bit. He who come for equity must come with a clean hand.
Clean hands, yeah.
Now, let's analyze the demonstration.
Okay.
There is a video I made sure, because I want to come from a certain perspective that he who come for equity must come with a clean hand.
Okay.
From KSS. So, credits to KSS.
Guys, honestly, I don't want if you don't want to join us to protest against Galamsey and NYC, you also got to make sure you will be uncomfortable. Yes, you don't get uncomfortable situation. So no guys, I'm going to traffic you. Next time, you guys will come and tell me protest. You join them.
You see, so this is where my problem is.
Okay.
The fact that you are organizing demonstration does not mean everybody else is animal, number one.
Okay.
Look at what he was saying. More. Number two, blocking the road is public nuisance.
Okay.
In tort law.
Okay.
Because the road is not your own.
Okay.
So you have no right to block a road.
Okay.
You are demonstrating. You sat down, fixed your date.
Yeah.
You didn't inform anybody. You didn't call anybody and ask them, is today comfortable for you? You decided to demonstrate.
Okay.
But that doesn't give you the right to say you are blocking the road so that nobody can use the road because you are like, no. So you are human being. Everybody else not at the demonstration is a more.
Yeah.
Someone will me argument.
I get to a point, but where SS is, sometimes say yeah, nipa 1,000 kura never go here. You go consume nyamia. Obi di bibi beba baka say nyamia kura yesumuni. Then why am I? But obet maka chemi say, obet maka chemi emphatically clear say, all the people being arrested were partaking in what the man was saying. And
they were saying no police, no soldier can stop them. No.
And okay, me take on this is this. Also, we are not spelling out one person's name, so the person ought to be arrested. Say Obi.
No, so this roadblock. If you watch the video, many people were carrying stone. To come and block the road. And they were all insisting that the cars should go. So all the people who were involved in that quote unquote cabal of attitude, they were the people who were arrested. It's not everybody who was arrested. It's not all the demonstrators that were arrested. The ones that the police identified to be involved in something that is causing a public nuisance, those were affected. So I'm on the view that, yes, the police may be wrong. They are not giving legal representation. They may not be told why they were arrested. They are denying bail. That is human rights issue. We can talk about it. But let's not also forget that the fact that somebody is demonstrating doesn't mean the whole country should shut down. We have to come to that play that we agree. You know that when the water, they open my tap, you know what happens, the kind of so I'm not happy. But that doesn't mean you sit down, decide to demonstrate, then you block the road. So do you know where people were going? It is obi akoto edro ebi oyale yasuma obi so onko fe edro mbra. Because you block the road, obedu wana nipa na we now in there.
There can be loss of life. So
and now obi usu ko ejuma. Oye late. Because of the demonstration. So my concern is that yes, you are going for a good cause, but don't cause public nuisance.
I would say
but you have a theory that there is a reason why that thing should be done.
Me stance in there very simple say. I say we are paying in two for them the way do pia bonti. They do pia bonti. Yes, they do better sunshine say more sunlight into the about.
Right.
I didn't be say we are making we are papa. You better try and twem into why do kasa wunti ye. Instead of saying that say do better about you when you can go asuma and your body. But if they become one who say because Galamsey issues no. I told they be use chemicals like cyanide and things, and these chemicals are very dangerous. What I say, some people are not eligible to potable water.
Right.
What I say, and water no cry no from the lakes and whatever. No maybe
they are all contaminated.
Some of them will come.
Have to boil before.
What I say. Now, who's the cyanide beto ade rumor? There's obi na one leprosy now who they umba. umanko UK. So sometimes, yes, I agree with what you are saying. You made a valid point that some people, maybe someone might even be sick and would be needing emergency services and all that at the hospitals. Yeah, I agree. But leaders,
no, so if that is the case,
yeah,
and we say, okay, everybody can vent their anger,
yeah,
and do whatever they like, then there will be lawlessness. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, for instance, somebody is demonstrating, and the person is like, me, my part is the tone of the way the person was speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That to me is a terrorism or terrorist act.
Yeah.
The fact that you are demonstrating doesn't mean everybody is foolish.
Yeah.
That's my argument.
Okay.
So you are demarcated, or they've demarcated where you are supposed to pass.
Okay.
You agreed with the police.
Yeah.
So you could have done that. Now you put the law in your hand and say the public road that everybody is using, you are blocking the road.
Okay.
That is illegal.
Okay.
So you may be venting your anger. You may be trying to let the world understand, but you could have done that without causing public nuisance. That is where the issue is.
Okay.
Because the social charges now, they are bomb now. These are some of the things that they are talking about.
Yeah.
Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So can't you push the agenda without causing those excesses?
Say, Ebia, say if we will be honest with ourselves, this Galamsey fight now started now.
Yes, definitely.
It's not making the first example. Say we are paying a 2 for them. They would hear. You find bad on you. Because say oh yeah, the family say Ghana na engineer one. If you want to be afford 3 square meal a day.
It's true.
Now over important we are jolly. Now so I know very important now they jolly. Huh? Last baby I meet you 2 pipe move for only 4 days. Me which me. What I say? And what I know to say human body is even made up of 70% of water.
Yeah.
Now say water you over say they import it. Okay. Kwame o say o ti bibila o bet ma import bi. Into the same way pay for them to oman mu. Na ya ka asem way over and over again. And the 2 leading parties in the country, you know, all the time they play politics with these issues.
Definitely.
What I say, these issues are not like you come and then you just come and create something out of nothing and then you just go and sit back. Already the country is hard already. And people need things to go on the rampage and do what they want to do. And I agree with what you are saying that, listen, in as much as certain things are not going well in the country, does not give anybody or warrant anybody the right to go out there and do things that you think, or you do and step over some people's right and all that.
Right.
Because where your freedom
ends,
that's where
someone's
own starts.
Right, that's right.
You see the point. So I agree. Maybe somebody's having an emergency. I wouldn't be sitting here saying that, oh, listen, if my mom is sick and is in need of emergency care, and my mother cannot get to the hospital because of demonstration, I wouldn't be happy. I'm a human as well. But we have to also know that there are some people their livelihood is at stake. Because if water, some of them, they don't have access to potable water.
Right.
And then now you are come to contaminate the water.
The little they have.
The little that they have. What do you expect from them?
So the question then is, how do you make the government aware? Let's say they are not aware.
Okay.
Because this country, there's a lot of foolishness here.
Oh, okay.
So how do you make the government aware without infringing on other people's rights by causing public nuisance?
Okay.
Couldn't they have marched without the attempt of blocking the road? Couldn't they?
Me demonstration could be. No more me bo ma ba so say omo ye na ye chom ko kwa me nkroma kwa ye chi no. Hwe Jesus Christ kwa ye chi. So ni. Say who fighting for good cause. I mean me say me timi nkobi. What I say. But omo ko no, omo ya ade papa because they are fighters and warriors. Nelson Mandela so ko prison. Into say the person ye greater. No one ko yes because omo tu him ye nkwachi obi a. But do
you think it will change the government's attitude? That's where my concern is.
I'm also looking at this from this point. Now, the power of social media cannot be undermined. Because recently, now there was some uprising at Kenya.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking, say, maybe that inspired some of them because they realized that power changed hands. When the people went out there, they went out there with their numbers and they were very resilient. Some of them, they are not afraid of tear gas or whatever. As for me, I'm not that strong.
But you motivate
I'll motivate them to go because they are doing it for the interest of the country. I mean, I can't stand sales, but I wouldn't discourage them too, because I'm also looking at this from this point that listen, this Galamsey thing is a cartel, because the high ranking people in this game, it's a cartel, and I wouldn't even be surprised that listen, when people wake up to fight for a good cause, sometimes the government is not as easy as we see it. There can be a cartel. The government can even gather people and give them information. Go and create chaos. They'll give them money. Go and create and let's say shift the attention from the main agenda.
Right.
And then do things wayward so that we can come in and arrest and then
true.
Put this thing away.
That's true.
You see the point? So listen, there can be a cartel running underdog. You see the point?
So the thing is, right now, you can go and demonstrate.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you demonstrate and you break the law, you'll be arrested.
Oh.
And that doesn't mean somebody's infringing on your right, because like you said.
But if I break the law and you arrest me, that's your right to arrest me.
Yeah.
I also have the right to an attorney.
To attorney. So that is the other side of the coin which we have to push. But my take is that we shouldn't also forget the nuisance that they caused.
Yeah.
That some of them caused, which necessitated the arrest.
Okay.
Do you get the idea?
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm asking. Couldn't they have worked without calling people more animals? You have entertained these people and they are working over us. I know. Everybody, you see, this is another thing. You can't say you won't pay tax.
Okay.
Because you don't know what they are using the money for.
Okay. Yeah.
Because tax evasion is illegal. You could be jailed.
Yeah.
You could be fined.
Yeah.
So what you do is hold the government accountable. How do you hold their government accountable? Yes, through some of these things, through public discourse, through demonstrations.
Okay.
But you don't do that at the expense of causing mayhem or nuisance to other people.
Yeah.
So what did the American say? So we have to find a balance where our grievances are still being communicated, still being heard by the government without affecting other people. Because you may be promoting a cause, but you may be also destroying somebody. So let's say from that demonstration and that road blockage, someone loses his job.
Okay. But let me bring this to your notice. The Kumpreku demonstration was not a peaceful one.
The one Akufo-Addo led.
Yeah.
But you know, this is just by the way, but don't lose your thoughts.
Okay.
When I compare some of these leaders, Akufo-Addo like this, the time that he led the Kumipreku, he looked older than he is right now.
That's the power of money. That's the power of transformation and money and peace of mind. You see, his own was not peaceful. Other than that, he would have stayed in the country after the demonstration. But he left. Why? Because he knew he had caused mayhem to the country. Go and check the number of people who died. The people lost their lives through this demonstration. And listen, the only way to get your message across to an adamant leader is by destroying things. Yes, what I say, I agree with you perfectly. Listen.
So you are saying that it is the system that has necessitated this approach.
Okay, let me make this scenario. Let me bring this scenario. Like about 6 or 7 years ago, there was a demonstration outside Ghana, Europe, to be precise. And then the demonstration only took 3 hours. It forced the president to resign. Said, I came to serve the people. If the people today have risen up against me and they say I'm not performing well, I have to just sit back.
Okay.
But these things doesn't
happen in our country. Okay.
You see the point? And our Africans are they are
power drunk.
but not in
they are power drunk.
Yeah. You see the point? And the black man doesn't like peace treaty. They don't like it.
No, but you see, I understand what you are saying. But if that is the case, then there will be war, there will be mayhem. Because if everybody has to communicate their unsatisfaction by taking the law into their hands,
okay,
then we won't go anywhere.
Okay, let's look at this. Recently, in recent times, there has been 4 or 5 major overthrow.
Okay.
In Africa.
Yeah, across the Africa.
In Africa.
Yeah.
There has not been one outside the shores of Africa. And you ask yourself, why? Because outside, everybody is held accountable. In outside, the laws work, and it doesn't matter who has done the wrong. You see, when you come to Africa, wrong is only wrong when you are poor.
So the whole system is fucked up.
That is the issue. And listen, the masses have realized that the only language the leaders understand is chaos. Listen, if you go and then sit down and then you go to the president, Mr. President, please, the way you are doing the country, the way we are doing the country.
No, I understand, but there are laws.
Yeah, there are laws.
Even if the law is not working, you still have to test the law.
Right? Listen, look at what happened in America.
Donald Trump.
Everybody is held accountable. And listen, Donald Trump went on the podium and said certain words, which was suspected that it triggered people to go and do demonstrations.
Yeah, the January 6th thing.
Spot state what? Properties.
Yeah.
And look at what the state did. They brought the charges on the man. You see, as a president, you have to see to it that your citizens are well. You see, when we are born in any part of the world, the country recognizes that they owe you. But once you are born in Africa,
you owe the country.
You owe the country because the country is in debt. You have to come and work and support and make sure you slash some of the debt out. You see the point? So there's massive difference. I understand. Listen, there can never be a peaceful demonstration in the country, and the reason is very simple. You might be a leader. You call me, let's go and do something. You can even sit me down, give me instructions. Now, when we go on the field, we call some people field marshals. When we go, you don't go and wear suit and go and say, oh, yeah, about demonstration, you have to fool, so that the thing will be. So, listen, some people will not follow you to a demonstration if you don't promise them today you can fool. Some people wouldn't follow you.
So the excesses is something that will be.
We should expect every demonstration because we are in Africa. We are in Africa. You see.
But should that be the norm? That's what I'm saying. That you see, if you are demonstrating, you have the right.
Yeah.
But your right should not also infringe on someone else's right. Then it becomes illegal.
Yeah.
Then you will be sued.
Yeah.
Then you will be like, oh, human rights. The government is tyranny. So that's my plea. You can't break the law in the name of trying to vent your plea.
What change? Because you, the president, you have led one. You were in opposition. You inspired one. You campaigned that people should on even the inaugural speech. He said we should be citizens and not spectators.
Yeah.
And the citizens have said, okay, well, you've given us a good advice. We'll take it up and then do what you require.
I understand all that, but my concern still stands that it shouldn't become. We shouldn't turn into a lawless state.
Yeah.
Like this video that I'm talking about. My concern is that let nobody think that because they are organizing demonstration, they are sensible than anybody.
Yeah.
That is my plea.
I also agree with you.
That you are calling people driving their cars on their way to work or wherever they are going. No, you can't block the public road. That's wrong. So my plea is that, or my thing is that, yes, you have the right to demonstrate, but do not let that right infringe on someone else's right. Because if not, you'll be arrested.
Yeah.
Do you get the idea?
If they are arrested, I agree on them being arrested, but they should be granted bail. No,
it depends. Bail granting are conditional issues.
Okay.
Do you get the idea? Yes, they will say that the person is a flight risk, meaning the person can run away and all that.
Yeah.
And then the lawyers can say, oh, this person is not a flight risk. You don't determine the flight risk status of the person.
Okay.
It is the prosecutor what the prosecutor will bring to court.
Okay.
And the judge's interpretation of that will determine.
I understand the contrast and all that.
Yeah.
I understand that there should be condition that you can't just go out on your free will and cause havoc or do things or spoil state property and come to court and then say you should give me bail. I understand all that is good, but listen, let's make the rule of law attractive in Africa as well.
So what is the attractiveness of the rule of law?
Listen, when you arrest somebody without a bail, maybe some people they can't live without their wives or girlfriends. Bring them there so that you keep them detained. If you can take that risk.
No. If you want to enjoy your life, then don't misbehave. That is the wealth.
No, but they were not misbehaving.
No, the video I showed you. No, the video I showed you.
I agree. I agree that partly the young man in the video was wrong.
Yeah.
Partly.
Yes.
But you see, when you are frustrated, you don't have control over your emotions.
Okay.
We are in Africa.
So you'll be punished for not controlling your emotions.
I understand. But the punishment shouldn't be that of someone who has went and killed somebody. I mean, if you treat a criminal who has drawn a knife and killed somebody, and me going out and say, don't spoil Ghana's water. I'm not saying my water. Don't spoil the country's water. And then you choose not to listen. Because listen, if these issues were addressed,
nobody would have demonstrated. Yeah. Nobody would have demonstrated.
So partly you can't give them the entirety of the blame, because partly you have to give the government some of the blame as well. Because if the issue has been resolved, they would have sat back and then there wouldn't be any demonstration. And I have said that the current president has led a demonstration. People died. He broke the rules. He did what he liked. Then ran away. You see that point? So if today people have also risen up and say that, listen, there are things that are happening in our own countries that we are not aware, or we are not happy with it, and then we listen. I'm very sure that in every demonstration there are leaders, and I know that sometimes because of frustrations you can be forced to play nonsense.
Yeah.
You see the point? Because if there is something that you need for a long period of time, and then you think that, okay, it's also your right, and you try to make peace with you. Let's say, for instance, you see, if you are below 80 years, it's your father's responsibility to take care of you. And you see, this man has the wealth, or the sources, or the means to do it, and he's chasing after young girls. You see, there can be a time you say, Father, stop fooling and do your right. You see the point? But you have went overboard. But who caused it? So that's why I'm also
but
saying
then two wrongs cannot be right. You know that.
Yeah, I understand. And I agree. And I'm saying that, listen, as a country, Ghana existed 2 or 3 years now. And then we are still going for foreign aid. You see the point? And the same government that was in opposition some years ago was saying the country is not a poor country. And then he
Ghana knew here, man.
What I say? You said all these things, and then the country was given to you to what? Govern. And there's Galamsey under your watch. People are going to hospitals and there are no hospital beds to sleep on. And you see, I'm looking at this demonstration at a different point, because people are also airing their frustration from different joints or different problems facing the country.
Right.
And then now if there are no beds in the hospitals, and then I don't get the medium to go on that tangent and do demonstration, and then there is pollution of water and people are going, then I also follow suit and then go and this. You see the point? So some people, I'm not very sure that everybody is going on this demonstration and pouring out their disappointment or frustrations out there solely because of the water.
Okay.
But I'm also looking at this from this point that
there are other needs that people wanted to.
And frustration. Some people are out of work and they are frustrated. Probably someone may say, "Oh, let's go. I'll give you something." You follow. You see the point? I mean, I will take this as SSs. Like I said, listen. When 10 people start out to do something, you will find a fool, one fool in their midst, no matter what. And we are talking about over 100 and 200 people going out to demonstrate. And in Africa, because of the hardship, foolishness has become common. Everybody wants to fool. You see the point? And boys, when we gather, because they
are empowered.
You see the point?
All right, guys. So let me hear from your thoughts. So there are two perspectives here. Number one is that, hey, yes, you have the right to demonstrate, but your demonstration shouldn't be a public nuisance or cause someone else's right to be infringed upon. Because if that happens, it becomes illegal.
Okay.
Then there is another view that, hey, our system has become a way that hello, hi, doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's violence that works. But is that the way? And then our system as a whole is problematic. Things must be tabled out very well that some of these things are normal and hence shouldn't be taken extremely like the way it has been taken. Let's hear from you in the comment section. Remember to subscribe to the channel and stay connected, and we'll see you in the next video.